Hey friends, I'm Brittany here with another episode of the Daily Grind. You already know I'm pouring you up a nice hot cup of joe. Going to get your day off to a bright and beautiful start. Let's jump in and get today's messages. Let me just say, heavy tower energy at play. Period. I want to say we saw it yesterday, and I can tell you, um, coming into today, um, it's no different. Um, I'm getting though the tower and it feels like it's hitting the heart chakra. Okay. So usually that would be like a heart opening. Some of you, this is going to be like suddenly a sudden realized manifestation, awakenings, awareness of things that you were not aware of before, realizing things that you didn't realize before. Um, and this is kind of like intuition breaking through. So it can certainly be like just knowing um, circumstances are right or just knowing circumstances are wrong. And I think this is interesting. And I want to give a perspective because for some of you, the letting go card is here. So at the top of the day, you may be in a position where um, you are it's kind of like there may be some things that you have a desire, maybe something that I want to do, right? I want to stop and get breakfast, right? But in order to fix this, I'm not going to be able to stop. I'm going to have to go here and do this, okay? I feel an energy like that. And this can be in like actual physical things, right? I don't know why it's kind of giving like, oh, my car is broken. If I'm going to get my car fixed, and again, it's like can't get stop and get donuts, right? Um, and so it's what feels like the letting go. I'm not getting sacrifice from letting go, but letting go is just like sometimes I can be like trying to hold everything together, right? Wanting things to be a certain way or to look a certain way. And this could be like, you know what, forget it, right? This could be as simple as like waking up and it's, getting ready for work and, oh, I want to wear this outfit, but it could be like, oh, it has a stain, right? Um, can't wear that, but that must mean that this is the right outfit for me. I feel like there's something, we'll just say at play that is like that. There's also an element around like, I just heard breathing authentic. Maybe something resonates with someone's breathing. I am kind of for somebody, there could be something significant about like labored breathing. Um, that's obviously not going to resonate for everyone, but there's something significant around what feels like I don't know why I'm getting like something with suffocation, heaviness. Um, okay, yeah, I literally hear the song. Is there anyone out there? Because it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Me time is here at the bottom of the deck. And eagle. Okay. I don't know why I feel like you maybe usually when you're in a position where you have to like let go in some way, it makes sense to kind of like want some time to yourself, okay? So that you can kind of like feel your way through something, like how to relate to something or someone, right? So I kind of feel like, again, this could be letting go of anything, right? And because letting go is not like, there is a release of something, but sometimes this is like, you know what? I didn't want no relationship, but, or I tried, I was trying to get around that or avoid that. Sometimes letting go is like realizing like I'm gonna have to let go of my singleness. It could be something like that. Um, but I just kind of feel like, and obviously like me time or some time like to what could be like do me. Hold on, it's giving like bachelor time. Could be significant. Um, But I kind of get an energy that's like that. It's like, that's sacred space of contemplation. Okay. It could be before I go and start this new job or this new journey or move to this different location. Let me take some time to myself. Okay. I really kind of get, I know it says letting go, but I feel the energy of like more allowance. Thank you guys. More allowance. Something significant. Look funny. Right? Maybe you need more allowance, guys. Like, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff. As we continue our progress through this check-in. I'm going to take it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the vulnerability card. Okay. Um, that usually, okay, freedom is at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Now we know no vulnerability is actually real, but this feels like there could be something, this could be like jeopardizes someone's freedom, right? Um, for a more well-rounded perspective, sometimes we have a freedom or a liberty, but we give it up, right? I just heard rescind, so maybe there is some significant about rescission. Some could be significant about right of rescission that could resonate for someone. Sometimes I can't lie, this feel like, and y'all already know when we talk about this, we're talking about relationship in terms of the way in which you relate to something or to someone. But it feels like, again, if we know that there's no real vulnerability, this is the inner child is being sensed or becoming aware of something. And a lot of times, for example, like one of the freedoms that or liberties that I have is um, maybe it is like the right to bear arms. I don't have to give up my right to bear arms, right? Um, it could be something is jeopardizing. It could be like having arms is jeopardizing my freedom, right? Maybe I keep getting in trouble, right? It could be like not having arms. When I have the freedom is a vulnerability, right? When I have this liberty, but I don't have it, I don't maybe exercise it makes me vulnerable, right? I can do this, but I don't know, I'm picking up something like that, okay, for sake of getting too deep off into maybe trying to expound on that. It feels as though there's something around the liberty either creates a vulnerability or someone's vulnerable, perhaps a result of not exercising a certain liberty, okay? So, what could certainly be taking some sort of a setback and realizing um, what feels like I definitely feel like the energy of a collapse of some sort. Okay, excuse me. Elephant. And this can be like the agreement. I have to say, there's an energy in today that is kind of like having to do with when, even if it's the perception thereof, when one's back is against the wall. Okay. So I feel that today there's something at the top of the day about remembering. Okay. Um, somewhere there, I don't know why I kind of get, there's something about, Peacock. Hold on, because I'm getting a lot of downloads. I'm getting a lot of messages as I'm just kind of sitting here. Um, I'm picking up something around like someone being slow moving, slow coming around, or something being slow coming around. I got some dual energies that are coming in, usually indicating of like choice, right? The element of choice. So when I talk about letting go, obviously that's something that someone has to choose. Typically we are in a position where the incentive to let go usually comes from a deeper ancestral remembrance, right? So when we're not willing to let go, it's often our ego, but it's often our ego perhaps doesn't remember, doesn't recall, or lacks the awareness of something that we need to be aware of. This kind of indicates to me that if that's the case, where that aspect of the ego's nature is expressed, it's going to demonstrate arrogance or pride. Okay. And so it feels as though um, whatever this arrogance is going to be, it could be like someone arrogantly taking their time because they're cocky. Um, and I don't know why I'm kind of getting like someone moving slow just because they can. It's almost like again that, oh, I remember, I know, um, but I want to take my time because I'm not willing to let go. And that's what this that feels as though exercising that liberty perhaps even results in some sort of vulnerability. I don't know why. There's like I can't recall the verse like verbatim, but there's a verse that talks about I don't. It's a dang it. I feel like I need to find it because it feels very significant. There's a verse that talks about people who, when God tells you to do something and you don't do it, and it literally talks about like when you. It's not just having to give, but that's something around it. But it's something in the to the respects of like it, it goes along with the scripture, he that knoweth in his heart that which is right and doeth it not, to him it is sin. So I'm getting the energy of someone sinning against themselves because they know in their heart what is right. Spirit is leading them to let go, and what feels like their arrogance or their cockiness has them in a position where it's almost like somebody keeping something to themselves. Share the love. Somebody's not sharing the love, they're not showing love, but it's because they're cocky or they're arrogant. That's really what I'm picking up on one side of the duality, honestly. There's another verse. That wasn't the verse that I was thinking of. The verse was talking about like if your neighbor is hungry and you withhold from him food, it talks about like that being, and there's something of that nature. Okay. But I'm picking up that type of energy, but this is kind of like somebody being arrogant, but what feels like let me just tell you that's going to change, because if someone's being arrogant, something's going to take place and they're going to be refined. And it's almost like talking about freedoms, right? Civil rights, civil liberties. Something could be significant about those today. That may resonate for some of you. But let me say this, it's kind of the concept of rights and responsibilities. So this is kind of like somebody that has a right, but they're not honoring of the responsibility. And and it feels as though um in some way that's, I don't know why, I feel like somebody's being changed somebody's being changed. Okay. And it's almost like just because you have the right doesn't give you, I don't know why it's kind of giving like the audacity. I don't know why I'm just picking up a very strong energy of someone feeling sensitive or feeling vulnerable. Um, And I'm not going to say that they have the liberty, but taking it upon themselves to do something because they feel some type of way. Okay. And I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but someone's taking it upon themselves to do something because they feel some type of way. And this is where I feel like the energy is going to turn or is going to change. This is where I feel like things get beautiful. I hear Alessia Cara as soon as I was about to say that, right? No skies to your beautiful, no skies to your beautiful, no better you than the you that you are. No better life than the life you live in. Okay. Maybe there's something significant. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Somebody's taking it upon themselves to do something because they feel sensitive. And again, look in the mirror, right? This is you. I don't know why it's kind of giving like if I feel some type of way about my body, then I can blame everybody else for the way that I look, or I can take some time. I don't know why I'm getting a very strong energy of spiritual wisdom and introspection taking place midday. But this feels like we're on, speaking of duality, right? And then we want to go so that we can get our extended messages. And I hope you guys will join us on Patreon if you haven't. Get you a free membership, right? Start with, that's all it takes, right? We getting these daily messages. We growing and showing together. Okay. For somebody, there could be some significance about that. None of my business. Anyway, let's get the final end of the messages. Okay. Let me be clear too. It could also be that someone else is exercising maybe their freedom or their liberty, and this makes someone else feel some type of way. Okay. Nonetheless, digging a little bit deeper into what the other side, the side that I know, we all experience the downside, but I just heard ultimately we want to shift up. Okay. So if ultimately we want to shift up, um, then typically the inspiration is to release anything that causes a downshift. Okay. And I don't know, that could resonate for somebody dealing with transmission stuff, but anything that causes a downshift. And some of you, I feel like the top of the day has to do with inspiration, or what could be like you taking actions, a result of remembering perhaps what you need to do, and being inspired to do it because of the fact, perhaps, that your desire is to shift up, right? Now, if you're shifting up, and I don't know why I can just get this energy of coming into the awareness of what you need to do in order to shift up. And this could be like move up in the ranks, right? It could be like pick up the pace, increase speed, right? I don't know why I'm getting like improved performance, right? There's something like that, right? And I don't know why I'm getting like there is some improving performance, speed. I just heard stamina, endurance. Uh, there's something like that where there is inspiration. It feels like to, again, let go of something, but this is realized because at the heart of whatever this is, it feels like is a manifestation. It's almost like, oh, if I can let this go, I'll be able to have love. Again, it could be a habit. If I can stop eating this way, I feel better about, maybe it is like, I just feel better, right? If I can stop doing this, right, whatever this habit is or whatever this particular practice is, I won't feel vulnerable, right? I'll be liberated. That's honestly kind of what I'm picking up. So, if that's the case, then it feels like spiritual wisdom has someone in very deep introspection, right? Let me just say, I get this very strong energy of someone who is taking taking that time to reflect, but I'm really getting a focus on like full reliance on God, where someone is, I don't know why I get like seeing God through a lot of lenses, which makes me feel like this reflection or this introspection is someone seeing God within themselves. It feels as though there is this realization of capabilities, right? I have vision now. I can see it clearly, right? Maybe somebody's on Sophia Petrillo, but it feels like someone has an amazing amount of confidence in what feels honestly like spiritual vision. And this can, keep in mind, this can be in someone else, realizing maybe it is someone's heart, realizing, um, I don't know why I get like some sort of sixth sense is realized. It's made known, there's awareness and reflection. I am confident in whatever this six. I don't know why it's kind of getting like some midday. I hear you. I hear you. I hear. I hear you. You like you might be whispering, but I hear you. um, I have to say, it feels as though perhaps the actions at the top of the day speak much louder than words. So there could be something of that nature that is like, it's kind of like, I see you out here in these, I just heard Humboldt streets, okay? There could be something like, it just feels like there's something of that nature that's kind of like, that it's almost like a cockiness. It's like, oh, I know, I don't know why I hear Count Dracula. One credit. I don't know. Maybe somebody's a vampire. Maybe you're in vamp life, right? Maybe are you doing glamp life, right? Are you in van life? I don't know exactly what this is, but let me just say, some of you could certainly be camping, right? You could be I don't know why I kind of feel you can't. I don't know. Are you camping out? You got a tent. You got a tent pitched, right? Is that what you're doing? I don't know. I am really getting something significant about a tent. Somebody's camping. Somebody is oh no, I am getting like a pitch in the tent. There could be something about the energy midday that is temporary, but this is kind of like pitching the tent because I think I'm gonna camp. I don't know why. It's like I think I'm gonna camp out. I think I'm just gonna hang out. You could be like hang out here, right? You're just gonna, situate myself. But I say this because this is someone doing this by themselves. I have to say, I love the way God works, right? Call it God, spirit, whatever, right? This is kind of like spirit. Say you got two people, right? One is extremely arrogant. I realize we getting away with the time. Y'all gonna learn how to use them levers and gears, right? Get you a lever, right? I think we found a lever, okay? But I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of what this feels like, right? You needed to find the lever, right? You wanted the big, you just needed the lever, right? You just needed the means by which you needed a handle, right? You trying to open the door that don't have a handle on it. Okay, and all you needed was the handle. You're looking for the big piece, and you needed the small piece, and that's what today feels like. In me time, feels like the Holy Spirit is using arrogant, the one who has again faith, right? One who is moved by spirit, right? To teach one who is arrogant a lesson. Okay, so if there is this this cocky um keeping to myself, keeping it to my, if there is this cockiness in that, then this feels like spiritual vision or eye has somebody else like, oh, since you just gonna wait, you just gonna take your time, then this has spiritual wisdom has somebody like, oh well, that's fine. I'll just camp out, or I'll just, that's what it feels like. Okay, I don't know why this feels like a one up energy, but a spiritual one up. That's like you should have listened to God. Is what it feels like, and so that's what it feels like. You should have listened to God and just did. And I don't know why it's like move when God told you to move, or do what God told you to do, or um, not being so arrogant, or what could be like you should have took some time to reflect. You should have, I just, that's just what it feels like. Okay, so midday, and let me just say, if this has to do with like past situation or circumstance, there could be like a retreat to the self because someone realizes they were arrogant. Okay, someone realizes this could be like self-actualization or self-realization of my own cockiness. I put myself in this position. Let me take a step back. Now I'm stuck. My intent is not to stay, but I honestly haven't even gone over the energy at the end of the day. But I'm thinking that we'll save it for the extended messages. I hope that you'll join us there. I love you. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.